Look! This is where we used to live.
The old house.
Owen told me this used to be a charcoal shop. Buying it cost him practically nothing.
The old shack, made of stacked bricks and wood, looked like it had been abandoned since Kina and Owen had left. Exposed to the elements, the wooden portions of the walls were slowly disintegrating. In Kina's earliest memories, she had lived in this shack. Owen was the only person she could call family. There was a sudden change in the smell of the air around them. Although there were no direct signs of danger, Leo placed his hand on his weapon and turned around. A small monster was hiding, peeking out from behind the bushes. It was a six-legged beast with fur that blended with the greenery of the forest. Cautiously watching Leo and Kina, it stretched its large, thick tail and twitched its pointy nose.
It's a Tiorus.
Kina said, as if greeting an old friend.
This might be a stupid question, but is that a friend of yours?
Leo asked.
No way.
Kina laughed in response, still watching the Tiorus.
But when I was small, the first friend I made was a Tiorus.
Kina, without minding the dirt on the ground, squatted down and smiled at the Tiorus. She then gently held out her right hand. The Tiorus twitched its nose, trying to sniff her fingertips.
Tioruses have a very keen sense of smell. I used to imitate them all the time. Like this.
Kina inhaled deeply through her nose. With her hand still held out towards the Tiorus, she closed her eyes. The Tiorus watched her oddly animalistic behavior with curiosity. After breathing in deeply, she slowly exhaled from her mouth.
Now you try.
Who, me?
Kina nodded.
Yes. I want you to feel the forest.
Nah, I'm good.
Leo said.
Come on.
Kina said firmly.
Just try it.
She sounded like a mother scolding her child.
Fine.
Reluctantly, he took a deep breath.
Not through your mouth.
She corrected.
Through your nose. And close your eyes. Try to do it like I do.
Kina demonstrated the breathing again. Without much choice, Leo followed her instructions. Kina immediately said,
Your eyes are open, aren't they?
How did you know?
I know because I do.
That's not a very helpful answer.
Close your eyes and try again.
Leo closed his eyes and breathed again, this time just as Kina instructed.
Leo, can you feel it?
She asked. Without his sense of sight, Leo's other senses began to sharpen. As he continued the steady breathing, his mind grew calm. The smells of the earth, the trees, the leaves, and the flowers filled his nostrils. Leo could pick up all sorts of scents he'd never encountered before. Each smell was unique and reminded him of all the living things that dwelt there. The songs of the birds, the creak of the branches, and the rustling of leaves in the wind filled his ears. The footsteps of the birds and bugs walking across the branches imbued the forest with rhythm. The sunlight streaming through the leaves warmed his skin. He could feel the invisible breathing of the forest. As he let the moment soak in, Leo could feel his consciousness become one with the land. Leo opened his eyes.
You felt it too, right?
Kina asked with a smile, her eyes still closed.
Yeah. How did you know?
Sensing the hesitation in his words, Kina finally opened her eyes.
I can tell.
She said,
Because right now, we're a part of the forest. I played this game when I was little.
Game?
Yeah. I would try to identify each smell. Each different smell is like a voice. I can smell whether someone's feeling good today or not, or whether they're sleepy or hungry. I can tell how everything in this forest is feeling.
Leo would normally never believe such a thing. However, he felt it could be true for Kina.
As I kept smelling the forest every day, I began to understand it. I made lots of great friends this way.
Kina looked back at the Tioris still in front of her. The Tioris had completely lowered its guard. It approached Kina slowly but comfortably. Kina finally made contact with the animal and caressed it gently along its back and tail.
This is a place filled with wonderful, familiar scents. It comforts me.
I see. So this is your home.
Kina inclined her head, then began walking around. Watching her from behind, it looked as though she was melting into the forest. She turned and smiled at Leo, who had remained where he was. The sight of her, bathed in the sunlight shining between the leaves, took Leo's breath away. Kina was one with the forest. Leo found himself taking another deep breath. He too wanted to feel the life of the forest.